fire in her eyes, is discovering more of her potential day after day. There's a lot of work to be done. I want everyone to open their eyes, see around and feel. Awake, arise and act. I have given a message to everyone through my life. Now it is your turn to be alive in the world where you are. Words of thereby. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of this year's Kairali Anandapuri Award. Give her a big hand. She's one person who makes us wonder, have we really done enough in line? And I request Mrs. Shabana Azmi to honor her with the award. We want a big applause. This is a very special person, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. Dayabai, we'd love to hear from you.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests on the stage, friends, സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, I really have no words to speak about my own feelings. My response to this great honor, which I truly feel I don't deserve. Before I speak, let me recite my favorite words, the first words from our sacred book of our nation. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to give to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, belief, faith, expression, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly this 26th day of November 1949, enact, adopt, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Friends, many decades ago we made this promise, and yet, where are our people? Where are our women? How many of them find this promise a reality in their life? It's this question, this promise that keeps me going. Some years back, I started to take the children in a tribal village. After they had been waiting for a primary school, and when the officials and the serpents bluntly refused no school for them, I stepped in. We started with a lot of hope, one for the children to be educated and for the women at least to be economically independent, because they were all bonded in the hands of the money lenders. After some time, they decided to finish the school when they saw the women rising to question for their rights. When they saw that women were becoming more and more powerful. Finally, they decided to put somebody else and to start a school. In a Gram Sabha, when people decided to select somebody else, our women who are totally illiterate, who never went to Gram Sabha, spoke very strongly and walked out of the Gram Sabha boycotting and even writing, we don't agree to this decision. They went to the Panchayat minister and collector to ask for Gram Sabha again with the same agenda. We had the Gram Sabha in the presence of a number of officials, police, deputy collectors, and so on. Before that, the previous night, Sarpanch and the Upa Sarpanch went from house to house after midnight to tell the people not to go for the meeting. In the morning during the meeting, when I raised this issue and the uselessness of the meeting, the police asked the Sarpanch, did you go in the night to their house? No, Sahab. A woman stood up in the presence of such a big crowd and the officials. तुम मेरे पास नहीं गया था रात को, मेरा आदमी को नहीं बोला बैठक में नहीं जाने को, और ये भी नहीं बोला भाभी को नहीं भेजना. After 15 days, this woman's husband's dead body was brought to the village. This is Bharat that has promised wonderful things. A woman, just because she spoke out. This is the punishment to finish her life. And they decided he will be buried without a postmortem. Every effort was there, no police report, and so on. I don't go into detail. What I want to say, it's wonderful to say to the women, be powerful, we have this promise, we are equal. But let us look into this constitution a little bit more. Even this is a lie, sheer lie for our women. We have said equality, but when you give religious freedom, we have divided the women again based on religion. My own experience, I took a woman to the police station for FIR in the case of 498 dowry harassment. They had been on their own together with the parents, no report. When I went, what I got was beating by the SI, so much so that I had to lose my teeth, and 2 years of fight for justice for myself. All along we see the women who speak up, the women who stand up, they have to experience a lot of counter forces. Be prepared for it. I want to say during this wonderful occasion, it was truly difficult for me to say yes when I was said about this award, because it's very difficult for me to accept awards like this when I had already many awards like that, beating of lot of false cases, a series of torture, so many things which you would not believe. And what happens? Even attempt to rape, torture, physically molesting, even by women. So when I have received and accepted that award, this is something very different, and it's not easy. I constantly think, why me? Why couldn't it be somebody else? I also thank all the people who are here on this occasion. I thank Kerala Club and Anantapuri restaurant, their responsible people. I thank my parents who have given me values to go along this way, who have stood with me in my struggle in spite of their aches and pains. I also remember gratefully the people who stood with me during my struggle, who stood with me during every small event of joy. I thank also people who put hurdles and opposition. If they were not there, Mercy Matthew would not have become Dayabai. They have sharpened and strengthened me. I thank each and everyone. And thank you all who are present. Your energy give me more and more energy even at the age of 73, perhaps still to do and to hope for more. Thank you.
Thank you, thereby, for touching our lives and sharpening our lives. Standing ovation, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very special person who's here with us. Thank you, Kerala Wing, for giving us this opportunity, and to Anandapuri for choosing her, and because of which we are here tonight to meet her. I request Mr. B.B. Jacob to come forward, please.
ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ കേരളോത്സവ അതിഥികൾക്കും എൻ്റെ നന്ദി ഞാൻ പ്രകാശിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. ആദ്യമേ എനിക്ക് കൂടുതലായി ഒന്നും പറയുവാനല്ല. I was very much touching with her speech. So I decided എല്ലാ വർഷവും ഇത് കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യുമെന്ന് ഞാനിപ്പം പ്രോമിസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. This is a wonderful moment for my organization, my people, and my nation. Thank you.
Now let's meet a very special person right here in Oman. Her specialty is science. She's a scientist. And she holds her master's and PhD degrees in the University of Minnesota. She's currently the executive director of the Animal and Plant Genetic Resources Center of the Research Council, a center that aims to conserve Oman's biodiversity, a vision of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said. And she, with her team, have found that women play a very important role also, along with men, in protecting the species of this planet. Dr. Nadia Sadi, welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Lakshmi, for empowering me today to stand in front of this distinguished guest that I cannot compare myself to. And after hearing their speeches, I feel like I should just close my piece of paper and have a seat. But since I've prepared it, I'll go ahead and speak. Your Excellency, Shri Mughal, the Ambassador of India to the Sultanate, Miss Shabana Azmi, a familiar face to all of us, Dayabai, the guardian angel of the Gund tribe, distinguished guests, it's a great honor and pride for me to be here today on this special occasion of the Muscat Keralotsavam 2013. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of the Indian Social Club Kerala Wing for inviting me here today. I'm humbled to be amongst a community that takes pride in its culture and life, especially in preserving it through educating the future generations. Definitely India and the Malayali community have been endowed with abundant cultural inheritance. I'm proud to be here today for the inauguration of the festival dedicated to the theme on empowering women to empower society. Words so carefully picked and beautifully placed, for it is definitely true. By empowering women, we are empowering the society. The whole world now is talking about the importance of empowering women and taking action to that effect. with the UN Millennium Goal to promote gender equality and empower women. I'm blessed to be an Omani in a country that thrives to empower women and where the status of a woman is highly regarded. This is all due to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, through his wise leadership and great vision to empower women in all possible ways. By directives of His Majesty the Sultan, 17th October was declared as Omani Women's Day. We see empowerment of women in all ranks of society, from ministers to homemakers. Oman appointed the first lady minister in the Gulf. Women were given full political rights, like the right to vote and to be part of the Shura Council. So the legislation is in place to give equal opportunities to women in education, in the job market, in businesses, and in society, in line with our Islamic beliefs, which will aid in the sustainable development of the nation. Oman has dedicated associations that work to empower women, giving them the skills necessary to succeed in society and aim to become self-reliant. We have to work hand in hand to change the mindset to ensure more women are empowered. As a plant geneticist, I have been traveling around Oman to collect those precious resources we call genetic resources, our plants and animals, with the aim of conserving them for future generations to enjoy. We are all aware that our local land races and breeds passed on from generation to generation are disappearing at a very fast pace. And once gone, they take away all the information that they carry in their genes. The magnitude of the loss incurred from extinction of species cannot be underestimated. The very lost species could be the key to unlock cures for diseases in the mysterious future. During our collection mission, I'm always amazed by the role women play in agriculture. A very good example was when we went to collect seeds from the Dhofar region. We were welcomed by women of the farms we visited. They provided us with the seeds to collect and conserve, and they gave us all the information about the local native plants we needed. Some of the information we knew as scientists, but the other, traditional knowledge, took us by surprise with all our degrees. They spoke with confidence and pride as they took us to visit their fields and tell us how they tackled the day-to-day problems of keeping the crops safe from pests and diseases. As a woman standing here today to talk about this very topic of empowering women, I owe it to Allah and the inspiration that my mother, may her soul rest in peace, gave to me. This is not to say that my father didn't have a role, quite the contrary. He was there to support us, but he empowered my mother to raise us to what we are today, capable of giving back to the society. My mother was a mother of 8 children, an uneducated lady in the matter of conventional education, but a very educated lady in life. She was able to raise us to be engineers, doctors, and PhD holders, and even raised my sister to be the first lady air traffic controller in the Sultanate. I know for sure she was empowered by another great woman, her mother, which gave her the ability to empower us. The journey that I took as a child to acquire my education was not an easy one. With no doubt, it was adventurous. Going from country to country, India, including India. Ms. Shabana Azmi, that was my first time a chance to see you live during your movie shoot in Panchgani. I left so proud. I saw you live, even though it was from 100 meters away. You inspired us in one form or another. During my graduate studies, I reached a point where I wanted to give up from the pressures of graduate school, but I recall my mother standing in front of me and telling me, "You can do it. You have never been a quitter." At that moment, I realized that completing my studies would not only be an achievement for me, but rather for all the women in Oman. Because by me quitting, I would have been used as a brand to discourage other women from pursuing their higher studies. I am glad I completed my studies, and now with the little knowledge that I have, I can give back to the society in educating others and inspiring other women. I hope to be able to work in preserving our environment and our genetic resources. If I can help to prevent a single species from going extinct, and through that inspire others to protect our environment and our natural resources, our heritage, I think I will have succeeded. With this in mind, I invite you all to visit the Animal and Plant Genetic Resource Center booth in the exhibition and learn more about our genetic resources, our heritage. You will find empowered women there too. My message to all you beaming young ladies in front of me here is always strive to be the best and gain both knowledge and wisdom from your mentors. The road ahead, though challenging, is filled with excitement. We ladies are the string that binds the family, the society, and the nation at large. If you are blessed to be a mother, then remember, you are the first teacher. This is the most noble and divine task that any woman can ask for. God bless us all. And finally, I would like to thank you all and wish you all a fun-filled, successful festival.
Thank you. What an inspiration. Thank you, Dr. Nadia. And now it's important to hear from the members of the community who are here. I invite Dr. P. Mohammed Ali from Gulfa Engineering. Doctor?
Good evening, Your Excellency Ambassador J.S. Mukul, Chief Guest Shabana Asmi, and Guest of Honor Dayabai, other distinguished members of on the dais and off the dais. Very good evening. First of all, I would like to congratulate the Kerala wing of the Indian Social Club organizing such an elaborate festival and bringing culture of India, culture of Kerala to Oman and to its people. I don't want to take more time to speak, but I wanted to say the message today is stop exploiting. Stop exploiting the weaker section. Whoever it is, whether it is a woman or whether your employee or whether it is your neighbor or whether your whoever is taking a service from you or providing a service from you. Don't exploit. Give them their rights and give them that dignity. And I must congratulate the wonderful women here, Shabana Azmi and Dayabai, who has dedicated their life for this equality and as well as especially on this subject of women empowerment. I wanted to say that I would like to support them whenever they need my support in any of the resources, and I wanted to promise them on this occasion. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I wish you all a 3-day good celebration. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Mr. V.T. Vinod, you have been an inspiration and a big support to the festival and the cultural events. We'd love to hear it from you, sir.
His Excellency Ambassador of India, J.S. Mukul, renowned personalities, Ms. Shabana Asmi, Ms. Dayabai, Dr. Muhammad Ali, Dr. Sadish Nambiar, Tanvi Asmi, Nadi Al Sadi, Bibi Jacob, all distinguished guests on the stage, and then the distinguished guests on the dais, guests and friends present here today. Let me take this opportunity in welcoming you all to the 11th Keralotsavam here in Muscat. This event organized by the Indian Social Club Kerala Wing every year bring us back into a festive mood. The spirit in organizing this event over the last decade is second to none, I would say. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express our thanks to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said and the people of Oman for supporting in expressing and promoting our culture in a foreign land away from back home in Kerala. We have a society we can be proud to lay claim to. We have the right to call ourselves heirs to tradition of history, of culture, of learning and of engagement. That is truly something that each of us as an individual should be honored to share in that spirit. Let me join you all today thanking those who organized these wonderful days for us. I would like to compliment all the organizers and promoters of Muscat Keralotsavam and all those associated with the institution for engaging in the noble work of preserving and promoting the extraordinary rich culture of the beautiful state of Kerala. Now I will take your kind permission to speak a few words in Malayalam. വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളായ His Excellency Indian Ambassador Dayabai Shabna Asmi and all എല്ലാ വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളും സഹോദരി സഹോദരന്മാരെ, ഇന്നലെ നമ്മളെ മഴ ചതിച്ചു. സാരമില്ല, ഇന്നും നാളെയുമായി ഇത് നല്ല രീതിയിൽ കൂടുതൽ ഉത്തേജനമായി നമുക്ക് ആഘോഷിക്കാം എന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. കേരളത്തിൽ ജനങ്ങൾ മഴയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി കാത്തിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ